Okay, so to cut down on the length of knife videos, because I know a lot of people don't want to watch a long, drawn-out video of a bunch of different knives, I'll probably do some short videos on individual knives and then make shorts out of them. Or, I don't know, we'll go from there and see. But this knife right here is one that I picked up at a yard sale. I want to say probably about 5 years ago. I don't remember what I paid for it, but again, I would not have paid more than five, and most likely I paid $1. Chances are about 99% sure it's either $1 or $5 or less. So I'll put it that way. And yes, I understand $1 is less than five, but anyway, you get the point. So this knife right here, I don't really know a lot about it. I don't know if it's anything special. Kind of hold that emblem there, see if that tells you anything and what that writing is, if you can see it. I don't know if that helps any at all. Probably not. But what's on there is, this says Japan, maxam. This is a shield with maxam crossed on it and Japan above it. And this here says MX-1 patent rig number 217.181. For all I know, this is some kind of a Chinese knockoff, maybe. It says Maxam R steel, special 420 stainless. So it's special 420 stainless, Maxam steel. I mean, it's a nice knife. I mean, it's made well. I don't know if, I mean, it doesn't scream cheap at me. I don't know the knife. I picked it up at a yard sale. It was kind of neat. I figured maybe I'd do something with it, but I don't really think I would change it from, where it's at now, how it is. Now this, I don't really know what I'd classify this knife as. It's a hollow ground blade. It's a long, reminds me of a buck knife here, but that's much more of a drop point than I'm used to on a knife. Filling the edge. There is no rolled edges on it anywhere. And I assume 420 is probably not a good steel or a great steel, which I had somebody tell me some stuff about knife steels, and I've watched a couple videos on knife steels, but it's just not something I've been able to memorize. So I really don't know knife steels that well, what's good or not. Oh, that's just something stuck on there. There we go. We get that off. See, we're doing some refinish work right off the bat. Anyway, so that's nice. The wood, it seems like a walnut. Kind of looks like it to me anyway. The blade has very nice finish. It's a polished finish, and this hollow grind, you can see the grind marks coming down off of it. Needs some cleaning. But it's just rubbing off on my fingers, so I think all that's fine. It's a pretty heavy blade. The only thing I can see that's even slightly a QA issue potentially is where this grind comes up and meets the top flat. There, instead of being straight across, it's slightly angled like this. Or it's slightly angled like this instead of being straight across. If that makes sense. It's got a deep finger choil, I guess, so you can choke up on this knife, which that feels fine. This knife is perfect for my short, pudgy fingers. The fingers match my fingers perfectly. So I have no problems grabbing hold of this. This is almost like this would remind me of a good camp knife. It's got a good size to it. Being hollow grind, you could do, it makes it slicey for food prep, game processing, you name it. I think that's all very good potentials in this knife. I would like a little more of a belly in this part of the blade if I was going to do some skinning with it. There's no sharpening choil. So, I mean, you get what you get. So, these rivets appear to be stainless as well. So I'm kind of thinking that, if that was brass, I would think that it was a little more higher end. Right here with the scales, each side matches. So when just looking at this, I see, I can definitely see uniformity in the blade. The blade grind lines are very well matched. So there's another difference. Okay, so here's another thing that shows me a little bit, maybe a flaw, or yes, it is a flaw, but where you see the hollow grind ending at this point, it is slightly shy. So this is a deeper grind than over here. This is a little shorter. You may can see that on the video by me rotating it from side to side, from tip to end of hollow grind. You can see that they don't match. And so this side is a little deeper than this side over here. So that's a few little imperfections that tell me that this knife was most likely hand ground. And I don't know that decreases any value in it being hand ground. It doesn't have a very sharp point. It needs to be worked on. It looks like the point was probably damaged and someone, got in there on a stone and did that number to bring that point back in. But it is somewhat of a blunt point. It's not pokey. But that's fine. To be honest with you, if I was skinning with this knife, I'd rather it not be so pokey because I have pokeyed myself skinning many deer. So I'm really looking for you guys to give me some help here. Is this a dime store knife? Is this a sucker knife? I mean, is it something real? Is it worth anything? Which, I mean, I got no intention of getting rid of anything. That's not why I want to know if it's worth. Just I'd like to know about it if you guys know anything about it. Because I'm kind of stumped just looking at the fit, finish, and quality. Altogether, I give it about 80 to 90% in lines being straight and in really good shape. The fit of the scales, the handle on there, the spine here is just slightly proud of the handle. So the fit is really close there. But then again, I can see that the grinds don't match on each side, and this grind right here is slightly angled. And those things together tell me that, or make me believe that this thing was assembled and probably ground by hand, which in my opinion would say, a better quality. But if it's done by hand and this stuff all matches perfectly, then that's premium. So there's things about it that make me want to say maybe it's not the high-end knife, and then there's things about it that make me think that, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it can be. It's a crested blade, which maybe that's just stamped out. This is a lot of things that, and this is laser engraved here. I don't feel anything on it, and that doesn't give me the impression of etching. So that was laser engraved on there. So it's not old by any means. And I do know that Chinese knives are very big on trying to copy other things and or other name brand knives. And I think I'm getting pretty good at catching those or realizing those when I'm looking at them. But this right here, but they all say China, at least somewhere. This says Japan, and I don't know Japan for being notorious for copying knives. So I think this is some kind of Japanese knife or made in Japan. So anyway, if you know anything about it, comment below. Please let me know. I'd like to join you in realizing the knowledge you have on this particular knife. So I appreciate you spending some time here with me. I look forward to spending time with you again. And I will most definitely see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.